remains a mystery. That is until today. His attorneys have announced they're going to be hosting a press conference to share that news with the world at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And they're going to talk about what the evidence is and discuss this newly filed motion for a new trial that they're making. Our team is already on the ground there, and we're going to bring you that announcement live right here on Court TV this afternoon when it happens. In the meantime, let's talk about what we think this evidence could be. Still with me in Washington, D.C., law enforcement expert Sonny Slaughter, and want to welcome into the conversation my personal favorite witness in the Murdaugh case, and one that I called the breakout star, and many people agree with me, Dr. Kenny Kinsey. He's the owner of Kenny Kinsey and Associates. Welcome, Dr. Kinsey, to the conversation. And I know everybody watching at home is dying to know what this evidence is and what you think it is. Essentially, is there anything that could come out now that could convince you things didn't happen the way the jury found they did?
No, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Julie. As I said before, nothing could change my mind, but it doesn't really matter what I think. I believe those men and women on that jury did their job, and whether it's a hand grenade or a bottle rocket, I've said all along, these defense attorneys are top shelf. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see, but don't forget about Attorney General Wilson's team, Creighton Waters, and the men and women that work with him. They're top shelf also. So they're anticipating this move, and I'm sure all the hype is to gain support, but it'll be interesting to see.
Right, and great point there, Dr. Kinsey, because, you know, they don't have to hold a press conference and let all the media know. Of course, they want the media to know so that we will talk about it. And there just is an appetite for this case. I mean, I get it. I get asked about it all the time when I meet new people and friends of mine that I've known for a long, long time. Maybe we'll have a conversation now. We haven't talked in a few months, and they'll say, hey, I want to go back to the Murdaugh case and ask you about it. Sonny Slaughter, what do you think it was about this case that made it so fascinating in the world of true crime?
Wealth, privilege, murder, crime, deception, the heinousness of murdering a wife and a son in a small town where everyone knows your name. Even I was pulled in because I have family roots in South Carolina. So this, of all the cases that I have covered so far, this one strikes a chord and just really conjures up why people have such an interest in true crime murder. This is it.
Right, you know, and there was the, how could he have done this? Like, oh my gosh, how could you murder your own son, your own flesh and blood, your wife of so many years? But then there was also the, and how could he have done this? You know, the moral part of it, and then the technical aspect of it. And Dr. Kinsey, I have to hand it to you. It was clear as day for me, and I said it on my show before I ever had a conversation with you or met you. Your demonstration with the Attorney General, Alan Wilson, in that doorway with that firearm really tipped the scales of justice for me, and I think it did for that jury too, because you could understand how one shooter could carry this out versus the defense theory that there were two shooters. Dr. Kinsey, did it ever enter your mind that maybe there was some truth to the two-shooter theory, or was it always clear from the outset of your investigation that one person carried out these homicides?
Well, Miss Julie, from the start, I'm a pretty decent guy, and I would never commit an offense like this. But from the start, I tried to think like the killer. And just working these types of crimes, certainly not this high profile, but thinking about it, it would have just been so much cleaner and so much more organized had it been multiple killers. This was not very efficient, as I said on the stand. And, you know, once I got past that and I started doing the sequence and I figured out the sequence why Paul had to go first. It wasn't that difficult from that point, but we got to remember this is chess. This is not checkers. So it's going to be interesting what the defense puts up, and certainly what the counter to that will be. I'm sitting back and I'm biting my nails.
Oh, yeah. No, we can't wait either, Dr. Kinsey. Let's look back together at one of Alex Murdaugh's moments on the stand. And in this clip, he's talking about how there's no chance he would have any blood spatter on his body because he didn't commit the homicides.
After you took a shower, what did you change into?
I changed into the clothes that you've seen in this trial, shorts and the shirt.
Did you get on your shirt high velocity blood spatter from being within a distance of a shooting, Maggie or Paul?
There's no way that I had high velocity blood spatter on me.
Had you seen reports that said that at one point in time?
I have seen reports that said that.
Just to be clear, were you anywhere in the vicinity when Paul and Maggie were shot?
I was nowhere near Paul and Maggie when they got shot.
I thought pants on fire then. I still think pants on fire now. Sonny Slaughter, talk to me. What do you think were the biggest things that got this guy caught?
Well, I think that his arrogance was one of the things, and in his testimony, things that did not make sense. This was, in order to drive down the driveway, you had to see cars had to be coming down. I think he just did not calculate that based on his family history. I don't think that he really thought that there would be a real investigation into this case. And when I say a real investigation, because the Murdaugh family have been tied to so many other criminal things that never materialized, I just think that he thought that he could get away with it. His entire demeanor, his excuses, the fact that, you know, how he reacted and didn't react. I just think that he thought that he could once again get away with it. But that was not the case this time. It was too far.
No, exactly, because of all of the excellent investigators who worked this case and prosecutors who tried it, and the witnesses that they involved in this case to demonstrate to the world what he did. Dr. Kenny Kinsey, we know you are one of those tremendous witnesses. We love having you on this show. Want to mention to our courties watching that Dr. Kinsey is going to be at CrimeCon presenting, so that will be a real treat. Be sure to follow him and his work on Twitter as well. See you soon, Dr. Kinsey. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Take good care. And Sonny Slaughter is able to stay with me throughout this next half hour. We got a lot coming up for you, my Cordy friends. When we come back after this break, we're going to listen to the 911 calls.